Okay, I don't know what y'all was doing. Like, if y'all was watching something before this happened, pause it. Okay, because this is the ether for this. Now, did y'all wonder why I haven't been answering y'all questions? I just been letting them pile up so I can just knock them all down like dominoes. Because what people want to do is halfway listen to stuff and pick out what they want to debate about or talk about. Now, here's the misconception. Everybody have bad memories due to social media. People their memories are terrible because they can't remember things from last year or a week ago. Cell phones, you can't remember phone numbers by heart no more when before we could. They've made things too easy for you. So it's easy to forget and focus on new garbage. Now, I have to make videos like this to bring back the memories. To make y'all remember the time. So that when a debate come around, people will be a little bit more conscious of what's going on. Now, Blood Boxing asked me to look up the definition for lineal champion. We'll start there. And I did it for you. And it states, in a professional boxing, the lineal champion of a weight class is the notional world championship title. It is initially held at some moment in time by a boxer regarded as the true world champion and universally acclaimed as the best in the class. Another boxer can win the lineal championship only by defeating the reigning lineal champion in the ring. Kind of what I said, eh? The lineal champion is described as the man who beat the man. Oh my God. That's exactly what I was saying. When a reigning lineal champion retires or leaves the weight class, a new lineal champion is usually accepted only when the two highest rated contenders meet in the ring. Now, Blood, you're going to focus on that last line. You're going to tell me that when Carl Froch and Andre Ward met in the ring, they were the two highest rated contenders when they met in the ring. That's what you're going to tell me, right? You're going to tell me Froch was 2 and Ward was 1. That's what you're going to tell me, right? You are so wrong. All of you are so wrong. Y'all don't even understand. That was to see who was going to be ranked 1A while Bute was ranked number 2 in the world. I'm sorry, I hate to break that to you, but he was. And it was to the point where when they made the fight with Froch, Froch was upset that Bute was even ranked 1 or 2. Because he was ranked under Bute after he lost to Andre Ward. Oh my God. But let's rewind the clock, shall we? Take it back. Before there was the Super 6 tournament, when it was just the 168 division. Let's go there. And then we'll get to the lineal championship. We'll still stay there. We'll come back. I'm just going to catch you up before there was a tournament. Like who were champion. There were 3 champions. Okay? Since the lineal champion was Joe Calzaghe, he retired. And the WBA title, the person he beat up on, which was Mikkel Kessler, fought 3 bums. And I mean bums. The one German guy, okay, we knew his name, but he was a bum. He beat on 3 bums, got the WBA title because it was vacant. So he was the WBA champion. Lucian Bute was the IBF champion. Carl Froch was the WBC champion. Okay, and this is before the start of the Super 6. Okay? Now, Lucian Bute had a fight with Andrade. Everybody know Lineal Andrade, where everyone said Andrade won in the 12th round. That dropped him in the rankings. Even though he got the victory, they dropped his rank. They put Karl Froch at number 1, Mikkel Kessler at number 2, and Lucian Bute as number 3 in the world, ranked at 168 pounds in the world ranking system. And everybody's going to say, where's Andre Ward? Well, Andre Ward, let me even finish for the rest of you guys. Andre Ward was the NABF world champion. Okay? At this point, Andre Ward was ranked under Lineal Andrade. Okay? He was ranked number 6 in the world, going before they even formed this tournament. Andre Ward was ranked number 6. You see how the deception? You see how you've been deceived? Thinking, oh, Ward was this, Ward was that. But I told you they designed this tournament so that Ward can put his stock up there as the best. Because of injuries and everything has derailed his career. His ranking was really low. Because he's been inactive for a while. These are the things you don't know about. You just know about Ward as of recent. So I'm going to bring all the reality back up to everybody here who seem to be blinded by all this garbage, talking about what have Bute done and all this stuff. The man was ranked number 3 and had never been ranked lower through the entire tournament. He was the number 3 ranked fighter in the 168 pound division when this tournament started. Now, here's another conception that they said. Now, they said Lucian Bute, okay, I want y'all to stay with me. Lucian Bute ducked the Super 6 tournament. I know you've heard that. Why wasn't he in the tournament? Bute ducked the tournament. Now, here it is from, this is a quote from Ken Hirschman, who at the time was Showtime's executive, and he's the guy that formed the whole Super 6 tournament. And I'm going to read you a quote. And this is back before it even came out, and this was with ESPN. He did the interview, and they were talking about Lucian Bute's, the reason why he wasn't in the Super 6 tournament. Who Bute has fought twice on Showtime, back to back in 2008 and 2009. Late 2008 and early 2009. But he wasn't invited to join the Super 6 when Hirschman put it together in July of 2009. And he said the exclusion was nothing against Bute. The tournament was very difficult to put together, and the only way to get 5 promoters and 6 fighters on the same page was within the existing relationships I had. It wasn't that I didn't think Bute and his manager was worthy or trustworthy. I just didn't have the depth of the relationships I had with the other ones. So Showtime left him out. But the real reason why, because Lucian was the IBF champion. And that's what he mean by he didn't have the relationship he had, and that was with the IBF. The IBF had already scheduled a rematch, and which was a mandatory, which he would have been stripped had he went along with the Super 6 tournament against Lineal Andrade again. They had to do that. It was a mandatory due to the controversial fight when Bute won. That's why he couldn't join the Super 6, because that fight would have took place after the tournament had already started. And what they did in November 5th of 2010 was sign a contract to lock Lucian Bute in so that he could fight the winner of the Super 6 tournament. You know, I don't understand it. And here's Ken Hertzman talking about the signing of Lucian Bute to Showtime. Okay, now that we have this opportunity with Lucian to take him and put him in the mix, and ultimately the winner of the Super 6, and Lucian will, and that the winner of the Super 6 and Lucian will be one of the biggest fights in super middleweight history. And the value of the deal was never discussed, but it's at least 3 fights all the way through 2012 with licensing fees of about $2 million per fight. For those thinking that Bute didn't bring any type of revenue in. When you've got licensing fees of about $2 million per fight, and this is back in 2010, and you telling me about Chavez Jr. and the money he's bringing in, I just don't think you're in the same avenue of knowing what you're talking about financially, about what people are really bringing in. Now, needless to say, now that we've gotten that established, there is no lineal champion at 168 pounds, technically, because the 2 top people never really fought. 1 and 2 never fought each other. I mean, Froch would be the lineal champion right now. He beat Bute. The only person he hasn't beaten is Ward. So we can't give him that title unless him and Ward fight again. And the winner of that fight will be the lineal champion, because he went up there and took care of the business with Bute. So Ward would technically have to fight Froch again to see who is the lineal champion. That's the way it has to go, according to the rules and the definition of lineal champion. Am I right? So, what are we really talking about? Now, another thing y'all was talking about was why the Ward fighting here and this and that. I didn't care if the fight wasn't here, if it's here in the United States or if it's overseas. But if it makes business sense to go over there and you can make more money over there, the money in your division is somewhere else. You either have to move up or move out. I mean, what are you going to do? How many Chavez Juniors you got out there? You either got to move up or move out of the division. What are you going to do? And then see, the thing is that y'all making allowances. The majority are. Now, I'm not saying you 278 and blood. See, I'm not going to do what y'all do. I'm not just going to associate y'all and throw y'all into the group of the masses when y'all didn't say it. See, the majority of the masses, they sit over here and co-sign with Andre Ward about he's the man. He don't have to go nowhere. But when Roy Jones is at 168 super middleweight, they wouldn't say Roy was the best 168 in the world because he didn't fight Nigel Benn. Y'all remember that? He didn't fight what's his name? O'Kale and all that other guy they had over there. He didn't fight them 3. So all of a sudden, Roy Jones wasn't the best fighter in the world at 168. When everybody said, man, Roy would destroy them dudes. And they never looked at the fact that HBO offered them big money to come here. HBO's not offering big money for them guys to come here to fight Andre Ward. Why is that? That's the questions that need to be asked. And all we saying is, fight somebody. I don't care if y'all, like I said, I do not care. If you want to say Andre Ward lineal champion, who cares? Give it to him. Y'all want to give it to him? Give it to him. I mean, he beat Froch before. I mean, give it to him. I don't care. I just thought he should have fought Bute, which he should have done. And that would have made a lineal champion of that division. But it never happened. It never took place, so there was no lineal champion. Now, if you want to give it to him, that's cool. But now that you got it, what you going to do with it? That's the point we're at right now with Andre Ward. You see, y'all tried to misdirection and use disinformation and everything else to confuse the public. The whole argument is Andre Ward shouldn't be fighting Chavez Jr. But see, y'all know that. But you want to go and pull a bait and switch and start talking about lineal championships and how that's the big issue now, and he this and Bute this. Not the big thing. It's just a mask to cover up the fact that this guy would rather set up a match with Chavez Jr., who's coming up from 160 to 168 and is a bum. He's a bust. Living off his daddy name, and we all know it. We all know what Chavez Jr. is. And we sitting up here, people sitting up here like Andre Ward, gonna come up with every scenario, every excuse in the book to cover for it. That's the problem. That's where we at right now. They call Roy Jones Reluctant Roy. His whole time at 168. What Roy do? He moved up. It was nothing else to do. He couldn't get a fight. Roy moved up. That's what you're supposed to do. But Ward moved down. Didn't he? Didn't Ward start off at 175, am I not mistaken? And he realized them boys could hit, and he moved down? Oh, okay. So he ain't a stranger to the division. That's all I'm saying. The money's above your head. Reach up and get it. And I mean, it's going to be the same scenario with Ward as it was with everybody else. They think they know what's best for their career. If you got managers and you got advisors, let them be managers, let them be advisors. When the fighter try to get involved and do his own thing and say, I think I should be doing this, I think I should be doing that, and I'm the man, and I'm the A side, and you got to realize where your marketing value is, where your rank is, because nobody really cares that you're ranked number one or whatever in the 168-pound division if you're not going to be at the 168-pound division fighting 168-pound fighters that are even ranked. I don't even think Vera is ranked in the top 10. Is he? Brian Vera? But a victory with him gets him Chavez Jr.? It's insanity. But I'm glad we put that to rest. So everybody who's been confused all this time thinking Andre Ward was always ranked above Lucian Bute, which was a joke. Bute has never been ranked. Even right now at 168, they just moved him out. He was ranked number 4 under Kessler, who shouldn't even be ranked at all. Kessler is a complete bum. This guy only beat bums and Denmark, and I don't understand. He never beat anybody but Carl Froch. That is it. That's the only guy he beat with some significance. Everybody else he beat were all bums. Or had been in wars and been beaten up already. Come on, man. Y'all, if y'all don't know Mikkel Kessler and what he is, have you seen Mikkel Kessler fight? Who has really been impressed with Mikkel Kessler? Period. I mean, seriously. This is not even a knock on him to try to boost up Bute. That guy is as green as that WBC belt. How y'all fall for that? I mean, he looks pitiful when he boxes. HBO trying to cover for him, make it look like he's doing some things. That last fight, he did some little slight improvements, and I see he was really trying really hard. So I feel sorry for myself calling him a bum because he was trying. But the guy's a novice. He's really a novice. He's a strong guy who doesn't know how to put his punches together. You force him backwards, he have no answer for it. It's sad to watch. And it was sad to watch Froch lose to a guy he knew he could beat. And you could tell in the second half of the first fight, he figured it out. He started too late. Second fight, he was going to destroy him. Clearly win. So I just want to bring some light to everybody, you know. Y'all got the internet. Use it. Use the internet. Get some notes. Go look stuff up. Just don't go so quick to start yelling out. All these bandwagon jumpers who just jump in there and talk about the debate. How you gonna talk about somebody won or lost a debate and you don't even know what the reason for the win or loss was? What did we say or what did they say had any importance over what in the world I said? Give me some points. How did I lose if I lost? Don't just say somebody, oh, he won because we be on the radio show together. I mean, anything y'all want to debate. 78 got my number. He can call me and I'll go on the EJ show. I'll listen to the thing when y'all got the green belt up and it'll be like all y'all on there. I listen to it from time to time. And that guy who's boxing, beats, and rhymes. I've listened to him too on there. I was like, I'll listen to y'all. Y'all have some good debates on there. And y'all have some bad ones. But you're not ready for this level. It's like y'all just some Padawans, you know. We sitting on the council. The Jedi, we sitting on the Jedi councils, y'all Padawans. But it's okay, y'all eager, you know. You gotta get your Mechlorians up.